What's up, you guys? Welcome back and welcome if you're new. In today's video, we're going to be installing a new budget dash cam from AZDOME onto my Tacoma. If you guys are interested in this, make sure to check out the video. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, you guys, so before we get into the installation, I wanted to explain something to you guys. So if you guys do remember, I did make a video on an AZDOME budget dash cam in the past, and it was this one right here. So today we're going to be removing it, as you guys can see. There's nothing wrong with it, but the reason we're switching it out is because I did get this brand new AZDOME M550 Pro. So cool thing about this bad boy right here is it actually does have 3 cameras in it, versus the old one that I had, it only had a front-facing camera and a rear-facing camera. This bad boy right here, it's going to be front, rear, and also inside the vehicle. Another cool thing you can add onto this is going to be a hardware kit, which will allow you to actually record when the truck is off. So that's cool if you guys do want to go ahead and purchase that as well. But we're going to go ahead and install it. We're going to show you guys really quick. And then after that, we'll go ahead and give you guys some test clips so you guys can see if you guys want it or not. As far as for me, the reason I did do this is because since it does have that inside camera, now when I do my off-road reaction videos, I can go ahead and record the people that I have inside with ease. Instead of having to pop out the GoPro, this thing will just be recording for me in all angles. So let's go ahead and just dive right into it and show you guys what comes in the box. So this is going to be the old dash cam that I just removed, and I'm going to show you guys the brand new one. So you guys are going to be able to see the size comparison. This one went over my rear view mirror, so now I'm going to remove that. This brand new one with the 3 cameras, this one's actually going to just stick onto my windshield, so it'll make it nice and easy to install, which I'll show you guys right now. But basically, front camera's right there. It's going to have a screen here, and then this is going to be the inside camera facing inside the vehicle. And then it's also going to come with an extra adapter like this. The cool thing about having this is if you ever do want to remove it, it's going to be easy to remove, and then you can go ahead and install this on a different vehicle and connect that in. So that's pretty cool that they gave you an extra one of these tabs here. And then this right here is going to be your rear view camera. And then of course it's going to come with an extra double-sided sticky tape, which it already has one on there, but it's nice that they offer an extra. And then once again, right here, this is going to be your power cord. But keep in mind, if you don't want to use this power cord, you can actually purchase the add-on hardware adapter kit, which I'll show you guys in a minute. And then right here, this is going to be a panel removal tool. This is just going to help you feed the wires through when you're trying to route them through your truck or car, wherever you're installing this at. And it's going to come with some of these bad boys here too. And looking right here, you're going to see there's like a set of wires. So this basically right here is going to be the hardware kit that you can get if you guys do want to hardwire your camera into the truck. As far as for me, I don't want to do that today, but you guys can do it. Go ahead and pick this up and it'll be nice. That way you won't have to use this cord. You just use the hardware kit. So keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and show you guys briefly on how to install this, and then once again we'll get you guys those test clips. So now we're going to get started on installing the inside camera. You're going to have to go ahead and kind of find a spot where you're going to want to mount it. As far as for me, I'm going to go ahead and mount it somewhere in this area here. So go ahead and find that spot. Once you do, you want to go ahead and grab this clear sheet that comes inside the package of the camera. And then you also want to go ahead and get maybe some paper towels or a microfiber towel and go ahead and clean off the surface where you're going to be installing it. As far as for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Windex. After that, I'm going to go ahead and use it one more time, but with some alcohol, and then clean off the surface really, really well. Let it dry, and then we'll go ahead and get started. And my clear sticker, I put it on a little bit sideways, but it's fine. So there it is. That thing ain't going anywhere. And then you can still adjust this however you want. Same thing with this camera. You can adjust it, and I believe inside there should be a manual to be able to move it around, but there you guys are. So let's go ahead and now just run the wiring, and then we'll give you guys some clips. Grab the power cord, whether you're going to use the one provided or if you're going to use the hardware kit. So what you're going to do for now is go ahead and grab this side. You're going to notice one side has USB and one side is like this, a lot smaller. This is going to be the one that comes with the actual camera. So you're going to notice up top right here, there's a little insert. That's where you put that in. It only goes in one way. Just like that. And now you could go ahead and freely route your wires. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to use the panel tool that came provided, and we're going to route this wire all the way through the headliner. All right, you guys, so what I've done here is I just pushed it in right here up top. So here's the wire. Up next, to route it downwards, all I have to do is pull back this weather sealing, just like that. Once you have the weather sealing here, you're gonna notice there's a kick panel here, and then down here, there's also a panel. This one, for me, it's gonna be easy because I've removed this so many times. For you, you might need a panel removal tool to pop this thing off. And then once you do, you have this left over. On your kick panel here, if you see it in person, there's gonna be a screw right here that you can get by hand. It's like a plastic one. You just turn it and it pops right off, right in this section here. It's holding that in. Once you remove that, which mine is missing because I've removed it so many times, now you can go ahead and just kind of pop this back. Just like that. And now you should freely be able to route this whole wire. Once you have the wire kind of in place there, now you can go ahead and kind of put everything back, and we will route this wire towards the cigarette lighter. Now, if you guys are using the hardware kit, then of course you go ahead and mount it to your interior fuse box here. So for me, I'm going to be connecting it today with the cigarette lighter, which is the one that it would come provided. I know most people are not going to buy the hardware kit, so I'm not going to show you guys that. But basically all that would be is you would kind of stop here. You would connect everything, which is going to be an add a fuse, and you connect it to your fuse box. I've made many videos on that, including like with my Midland, including a bunch of other accessories that I've installed on this. So you can kind of follow those steps. It's just an add a fuse going to your fuse box. Once again, I'm going to make it the simple way because I know this is the way most people are going to just buy it. I've reinstalled all the panels, all the seals, so that wire is now hidden. Up next, we're going to go ahead and now connect the actual cigarette port here. So if you remember, it was just a USB. What comes included is also going to be this here. You go ahead and connect it. It's just a USB port. And then from there, you can go ahead and connect it to your cigarette port, just like that. Super simple. Once again, if you don't want to connect it to your cigarette port, you can go ahead and get the hardware kit provided and go ahead and install it to your fuse box. So keep that in mind. So now all we have left is going to be connecting the rear camera. When you first turn on your camera, I'm going to show you guys really quick. You go ahead and have to set it up. So go ahead and go through the steps. And then after that, we'll keep going. No second. Oh. All right, so when you first turn on your camera, you're going to notice it's going to ask you a couple things. So go ahead and follow the steps using the bottom buttons, as you can see, accordingly. So for English, and then I'm just going to go ahead and hit the time zone we're in. Now we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to install the rear camera. So keep in mind, with this one, you could either install it on your window or anything like that. As far as for me, since my truck does have a lot of accessories and a bunch of stuff in the back, it's going to be a little bit hard, of course, to put it on there. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be installing it onto my rear bumper here. That's how I had my previous one, so that's what I'm going to be doing. One thing to take note, if I was you guys, what I would do is I'd run inside, I'd connect the other end of this wire to the actual camera, and I'd have someone back here kind of messing with it just to make sure you're placing it in a correct position. That way you don't have it at a weird angle. One thing to take note on, unlike the previous one, it didn't have this. This new one does. You can now adjust the camera so you can move it up and down. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but say you go to install it and it needs to be a little bit more up or a little bit more down. This one allows you to do that. The previous one was kind of like a standalone camera where you placed it, it was basically it. So keep that in mind. So right now, we're going to go ahead and put it on. You're going to notice there's a backing back here. Just go ahead and peel the red backing off. Just like that. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know how strong this tape is. So having it on my rear bumper here, which I've already cleaned off the surface, but it might fall. So if it does, I have a different double-sided tape, which I'll stick on there. For me, to be safe, this is the tape that I would recommend. It's a 3M double-sided sticky tape. If you guys want the link, just comment below. I'll give it to you. I've already put a little bit on here just to be safe. Once again, I don't trust the tape that comes with it. That's why I'm doing it. Surface is now clean, and it's going to go right about here. Right there. So we'll go ahead and stick it, and we'll hold it for a couple seconds. It is mounted. We're going to go ahead and route the wire. As far as for my CBI off-road bumper, there's a hole here. So I'm just going to go ahead and slide it right through. So now we're going to go ahead and grab the wire so that way we can connect it to the camera that we just installed in the back. So you're going to notice on one end, it's going to be like a rounded edge like that. And then on the other end, it's going to have this silver plate. This is what's going to go connected into the inside of the camera. So if you notice right over here, there's going to be a plug there. That's where you're going to want to go ahead and connect it. It should only go in one way. And just like that, make sure it snaps in. And then same thing that we did to the driver's side. Now we're going to route this wire to the passenger side, all the way to the back to the camera. So now that I have it routed here, we're going to go ahead and see there is a plug right here. I've previously threw a wire right through, so I have a small slit that I had cut previously, so it should still fit. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the wire into that. And the reason we started on this side, since this is a lot smaller, that goes into the camera back there, it'll make it a little bit easier. So just got to find the hole that I previously cut. There it is. So now that the wire has been pushed through all the way, if you guys want, just for peace of mind, go ahead and get some silicone and reseal that hole just to make sure no water gets in. So what we're going to do now, after pulling it out, as you can see the holes there, what we're going to do is we're going to now route the wire. I'm going to pass this over the frame, and I'll show you guys right now why. It'll make the life easier. If you notice over here, there should be a factory wire. I know these ones aren't factory, but there should be a factory wire loom that's going to go all the way to the back. And what you're going to want to do is basically follow that wire. And while you're doing that, make sure to zip tie the wire away, so that way you make it look nice and clean. So we're going to zip tie here all the way to the back of the truck. So here's the wire that we just ran, and here's the wire for the camera. Let's go ahead and now connect it. Keep this in mind. They only go in one way, so you got to pay attention to the way it's slotted. Once you find that out, make sure you put some firm pressure on connecting it, and then you can go ahead and zip tie your line all the way back to the front. So it's going to be super simple. That's insane. You guys, so now that we finished up with the installation, we're going to go inside the truck right now, and we're going to give you guys, of course, some daytime shots. We're going to give you guys some nighttime shots, and I'm also going to go over the dash cam real quick. I'm not going to go too in depth, but I'm going to show you guys some cool features that it has. Just keep in mind, this is more of an affordable dash cam, so if you guys do want it, it'll be in the description box below. After I show you guys all that and the clips and stuff like that, I'll give you guys my honest opinion and review. And once again, if you guys do want to buy it, it'll be in the description box below. I'm not sponsored by any means, so today I'm just going to try to be as unbiased as I can. Let's go ahead and now show you guys, and yeah. So right now I'll give you guys a close-up, but now it is installed, everything's kind of recording. I'm going to also show you guys some features that it has. But if you guys do remember, the other camera that I did have was actually covering this whole mirror here, which was pretty cool, I'm not going to lie, and it is the same brand, keep that in mind. But it was pretty cool because it did actually show the whole screen here. But I wanted to change it up and try this new one that they came out with. So of course, removing that one, I now get my rear view mirror back. And then now the new camera is right about here. One thing I did want to tell you guys is when you guys are mounting it, if I was you guys, before you actually stick it on the glass, make sure to check it before you stick it on, so that way you put it in the correct position that you're going to want it. As you can see, up top there is where I had it previously, and now I've moved it down. So I should have checked that a little bit before, but just letting you guys know before you do that same mistake. One thing I did want to let you guys know is it also comes with a memory card provided, so you don't have to worry about buying your own. And then as you can see, it does also still have a screen. And cool thing about this one, it's a split 3 screen. So it's going to be the one for the front camera, it's going to be for the rear camera, and the inside camera. So if you guys do Uber or anything like that, it is going to be a good camera to get because it'll record you and your passengers inside. So it does also record sound, which you will see, of course, later in the video when I show you guys the inside clips. And then let's show you guys a little bit closer. So up close, one thing that I am sad about is the screen is actually not touch screen. Inside the instruction manual for this, it's going to kind of explain all the buttons right here at the bottom, so that way you kind of know what each one does. It does have a lot of features, so I'm not going to go over everything. I'm just going to go over a couple things. Before I show you that though, I also want to let you guys know, if you guys do ever want to remove the camera, it's super easy. You slide it out just like that and it removes. And then you can go ahead and slide it back into the mount, which you pre-installed. Make sure it clicks and it installs just like that. So really quick, I'm just going to show you guys, if you look right here, this is going to be the power button. If you do hold it down, it'll turn it off. And then of course, if you want to turn it on, you hold that down as well. Now to get to the menu option, it's going to be this M right here, which you go to M, and then you're going to notice it opens up the menu. So it's going to have a bunch of different options, and you can also go to playback mode, which would be, of course, where your videos are saved. And if you don't want to look at it from here, you can also take out the memory card and put it onto your computer, which I'll show you guys in a bit. And then you can play them back on your computer, or you can even play them back on your phone, which I'll also show you guys that right now. Now, if you guys do want to select something, like I said, it isn't touchscreen, unfortunately, which I wish it was. But if you guys do want to kind of select something, you got to use the up and down arrow and then OK to select. For example, if I want to move the selection, I just go like this, or the other arrow, it'll go back to where you were previously. And now if you want to select something, you just hit OK, which is right here in the middle, and it'll select that selection. If you want to go back, you just hit menu, and that'll make the selections go back. So it's that simple. And then you can just kind of flip through everything if you want to adjust any of the stuff. For example, if you did hardwire it, you'd want to go into parking mode, so that way you can select that and turn that option on. You could also change the G sensor. It also has a GPS tracking, which I'll show you guys as well on the app. And then your system settings are going to be right down here. So let's go ahead and just show you guys one more time. So there's how it's going to look, which it is a smaller screen, but it is very visible. So let's go to the phone and show you guys that. So right now I'm going to kind of go over the app. I did want to let you guys know, you guys do have to turn on your Wi-Fi for this, so that way you can connect to the camera. So if you come to the camera over here, you're going to have to hold down the down button for 2 seconds to open up the Wi-Fi setting. After you do that, we could come back to the phone over here, and then that's when it opens up all this. It'll connect it. It's going to ask you to enter the password, which in your instruction manual, make sure to go to that section, and it'll give you your specific password for your camera. So it's going to have a lot of features on here. You could go ahead and see the live view. You can stop it, you can record. So for example, we'll stop really quick. And then from there, you can change the video resolution. You can switch cameras, so you can kind of see the front camera, the inside camera, which is what we have it on right now. And then you can see the rear camera, which it'll load up, as you can see that. And then also, let me go back to the front. You can go ahead and hit the snapshot to take a picture. And then you can also go to Dashcam albums. In that section there, it's going to show you all your pre-recorded stuff. So yes, you can view the pre-recorded stuff or any events or anything like that that has happened. If you do want to save it, you can also do that by playing that video back. So like I said, this camera does have a lot of cool features, and of course we'll still show you guys how it is on the computer. So it's going to give you a lot more features like GPS. It's going to give you the location and stuff like that if you check it on the computer. But just to kind of show you guys, and then of course you can do a full screen view like that. I'll be honest with you, the resolution doesn't look like it's that. I think they just say that, and then the other cameras as well, it doesn't look like it to me. You could be the judge of that, but that's just my personal opinion. But let's go ahead and just kind of show you guys some clips. Like I said, right now we're going to test them out during the day, and then we'll go to night clips, and then we'll show you guys on the computer, and we'll conclude the video. Alright you guys, so right now we want to show you guys the sound and the quality. So of course, in my honest opinion, once again, the inside camera, it's not 100% accurate, or I should say good, but it's not bad. I mean, you can still clearly see my face, you can see her face. So like I said, if you guys do Uber or anything like that, or for example me, that I do like doing the off-road reactions videos, this is going to help me out because I can record inside. Now as far as the front camera, I think that's the best one. The glass of the truck is dirty, so that might also be why it looks a little fuzzy on camera. Now the rear camera, where I specifically installed it, at nighttime, which you guys will see it, I'll show it to you later, but at nighttime it doesn't look too good. Where I specifically installed it, at nighttime, which you guys will see it, I'll show it to you later, but at nighttime it doesn't look too good. The cam that I do currently have on my truck, that one was $1,500, and I'm not even going to compare it to that one because it's a completely different animal. But if you guys are trying to just look for, you know, maybe your wife, your kids, or even yourself, just a simple one that's going to work and that's going to sound okay and actually, like I said, work, this is going to be your option, or even the previous one that I had, because that one's actually really affordable. Now that it's nighttime, I wanted to show you guys kind of how it looks. So this is basically the inside, as you guys can see my hand. In my personal opinion, I think it does look pretty good for the night vision. And then of course in the front, it looks pretty nice. So as you guys can tell, and what I told you guys about earlier, is the rear camera, it's going to look very, very ugly. And the reason why is because where I located the camera, I put it in a wrong position, which is where the license plate light is. So let me show you guys. I'm going to turn the lights off real quick, and you're going to be able to see in back. So it looks super clear when the lights are off. So let me turn it back on just to demonstrate. And now the lights are on, and of course the license plate light is kind of glaring on it. So what I'm going to have to do is actually relocate that camera just so it doesn't look ugly like that, and I can actually use it. I think overall it's pretty good. This little system is jam-packed with a lot of stuff, and of course it does allow you to hardwire it, which would be a lot more useful because you can park the truck and still record. So let's go ahead and now skip to the computer part of this and show you guys how you can kind of check the video doing that. Let's go. So the last thing that I wanted to show you guys is going to be on the computer. As you can see, you could go ahead and play back the clip. It has the file name, the duration, the day it was created, which is the day it was filmed, and then on this side it's going to have a full-on map as to where exactly it was. And that's actually pretty accurate because yes, the camera does have a GPS on it, like I told you guys earlier, so it will completely track the clip mileage there. So that clip had started from here and the clip ended there. So each one that you will click through will have this specific information, and then it's also going to have the speed limit. I know on my camera I still have to change it, which I'll do it right now in a bit, but you could go ahead and change it either from kmh or mph, which of course in the US you use mph, so I need to switch that. And then it's also going to have, of course, your north, west, south, and east. So it's a pretty cool system to have here, and then that way if you do get in an accident or something like that, you can go ahead and play it back and show, of course, whoever you need to show proof of whatever you need to show proof of. So that's the last thing that I kind of wanted to show you guys. Once again, I know the camera's not super high quality. I think the last AZDOME camera that I had before was a little bit better, but I mean, this one does have some cool features. And then of course, once again, it's a lot more discreet since it's smaller. So that's the last thing I wanted to show you guys. All right, you guys, so now that we finished up with this installation, we've now reinstalled everything so it looks nice and clean. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video. If you guys did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys do want to go ahead and purchase it, make sure to check out the description box below. See you guys next time. Peace.
JesseRizo is here for you. It's here for you, now. Like I said, it's super simple. Please feel free to subscribe.